Welcome to working with Madmapper, looking a little bit at ISF filters. Basically surfaces that you can go to town with, and you can bring these in, you can even code them yourself. I'm not going to do any coding today, just want to make it really easy for you to use a whole range of things. Let me just click through a few things here. So I'm just going to go back to my start scene here. And this is a concept, and I've created this in a software called Strata 3D. What I want to do is just use that, and I brought that in, and that's basically if I go over to my projector, I'll click on that, and when you create any scene to work out or even photograph what it is you want to shoot, you can actually just click on here, and then you can download or load in your file. And voila, here it is, fitting in the size of the projector. So what I want to do is just come back up here. So if I just start playing through a little bit, so these are all the different quads, or to begin with, this is going to get a lot busier than what it is, essentially in the final installation of this particular work. And here's the scenes that have been put together, and they've got some pretty cool surfaces in here. And here they are up the top here. Now what you'll see is there's a range of, or basically the textures, the surfaces, if you will, from the library and the external library, but there's also this thing called ISF. So let's just come down here and have a look. And I've also got some videos in here. So just to show you how they work, these are also created in Strata 3D, and it's just part of the scene that's going to just showcase this particular work. So let's just go back again to the surfaces. Now with the ISF filter here, if I just come along, I've selected a surface which is one of the ones up the top here, which if I just go and turn that on or off, you can see that that's there. Even though that's down below, that's one selected. I'm going to go into this interactive surface format, and let's have a look at that. So now that's pretty cool. Now you will also see down the bottom here is we can change the rate and do all sorts of crazy things with that without actually having to write a bean of code. It all is created with code. But let me just show you a little bit about what this actually is and how you get it in here. Things in the past like Quartz Composer, through bringing things in through Siphon, all fantastic, and this one is very, very cool. So let me just take you through to this website. Now this website, if I just look up here, is just ISF, it's a video integrations, and basically if I just come along down here, and actually maybe if I just go back to just not the integrations, but I'll go right back to the outer format there, and let's see what that shows me here. So it's all sorts of surfaces that you can bring in to do some crazy stuff with, and they're all interactive, just like the coding that's there. So the integration, if I just go and click on this, now you will see there's Madmapper, which is certainly a part of the team that can use these things. Another one is a cool piece of software to do stuff with if you want to bring in and create your surfaces and your effects with programs like Motion and even Final Cut Pro. So Apple supports this as well. So it goes beyond just the projection, or even when you're intermixing between all of them. So really good to know. So let's just go through this. So I'm going to go to examples here. And here's a whole range of examples, essentially. Maybe we'll just go a little bit more into the editor here. So here I am on the editor, and all the way down here, we can bring images in, we can change things through here as much as you want. And as we go down through here, there's all sorts of things you can bring in with your own photographic imagery or whatever it is you want, and voila, here's that same graphic that's down here. So look at all these sorts of shapes. So you can go well beyond just what's in Madmapper. So ISF shaders, that's what you want to use. So let me just click on one of these for example, and I'm going to just click on this one here. Now I can actually load in an image, or if I click on that, so I can load an image from here. Maybe I'll just do that with one of my own, something else that I'm working with for another part of the sculpture setup for projection mapping. And anyway, so we can actually have just linear, get them going, different formats, make it random here, circular. I'll get all this going, and voila, here it is here, happening here. Hold it, let's go over to the left hand side here, and then you can see all the code that's there, and this is the FS filter. So all the code that's actually writing it. So if you're interested in writing, a really good site, if you're a developer, to start actually creating some of your own things there as well. So, and of course, what you can do is you can download any of these things. So if I go over to the right hand side and just up here, you download it as a zip, and you can just load it straight into Madmapper. So any of those programs are supported, but obviously the way that I want this to work is certainly through Madmapper. It's giving me so many more things that I can do. In fact, let's just go through and use another one of these ISF shaders here, and I'm going to click on just that middle one here, and I'll load the other one in there. Again, this is all, instead of writing code, you can actually start putting it in and pull it together just there. Let's go just to the third one, and I'll go to this third filter I brought in there. So that's just an example. If you're using Madmapper or using Final Cut or Apple, which Motion that is, then you can use these tools, but particularly for projection mapping, it just adds a whole nother dimension. So here we are, just straight back into ISF filters. So if I come back just to the top there, and we're back into the original site there. So ISF filters. So thanks for watching and enjoy.